Today I'm going to be taking you through my top 10 trading secrets. Over the years I've come across a lot of challenges that traders face, and if you've been in this game for a while I'm sure you've hit at least a few of these walls. Whether you're just starting out or you've been in the trenches for a while, these are the things that can make or break your trading career. I'm going to cover everything from shiny object syndrome to lack of consistency, and most importantly how to overcome these common pitfalls. So stick around to the end, take notes, let's jump right in. Secret one is shiny object syndrome. The first thing that I see a lot of traders struggle with is what I like to call shiny object syndrome. It's when you're constantly jumping from one strategy to the next, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. I get it, when trades go south, it's very tempting to think that you need a new system or a new indicator or maybe even a new market to trade. But here's the reality. The issue usually isn't the strategy itself, it's that you're not giving it enough time to prove itself. Every time you switch strategies, you are resetting the learning curve. Pick one strategy, backtest it, give it the time it needs to show its true potential and come into fruition. If you haven't already seen my video on how to develop a trading edge, I highly recommend that you go and check that out. I'll leave a link right here so you can go and do that after this video. I'll also stick it in the description. Secret number 2 is lacking discipline. That's it. Next up is one of the biggest killers of success in trading. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if you're not disciplined enough to follow it to the letter, it's useless. I see traders start tweaking their plan after a loss or two, thinking that they need to change something. In reality, it's not the plan, it's the lack of discipline. The key to overcoming this is trusting your system, sticking to your risk management rules. And whatever you do, don't let emotions guide your trades. Discipline is about consistency, and that leads to long-term profitability. Boring equals profit. Secret number 3 is very little support. Now, let's talk about this problem because it doesn't get mentioned enough. Very little support. Trading can be a very lonely game, especially if the people around you don't really understand what you're doing or why you're doing it. I know you've had those people. And you might feel like you're out here all alone, and that can really seriously mess with your confidence. What is the solution to that? Well, it's surround yourself with a community of like-minded traders. I know it's hard these days, but find a mentor, join a trading group, and connect with professional traders online, not forums and all those kind of scammy places. Find a professional community. You need people who can relate to your struggles and celebrate your wins, and sometimes just listen to when you want to have a moan. Trust me, trading with a support network makes all the difference. I wouldn't be where I am had I not have the support from a community way back in the day. Secret 4 is the urge to do more. When you first start out, it's easy to feel like you always need to be doing something, constantly trading, tweaking your strategy, or analyzing the market. But in reality, doing more doesn't always lead to better results. In fact, the best traders are the ones who are very, very selective. Patience pays the bills. They wait for the perfect setups and they avoid overtrading. It's about quality, not quantity. So stick to your plan and resist the urge to overcomplicate things. Go out, go to the gym, go for a walk, get away from the charts if you shouldn't be in front of them. Secret number 5 is comparing to others. This problem is one that can be really, really toxic. Comparing yourself to others. It's so easy to see someone on social media posting their wins and you start feeling like you're not progressing fast enough. But here's the thing, you don't know their full story. You don't see their losses, the mistakes they've made, or the years of experience behind them. Trading is a personal journey, and the only person that you should be comparing yourself is to the version of you from yesterday. Focus on your growth, on your own progress, and on your own goals. A study I read showed that 88% of people compare themselves to images that they observe on social media, with over half of them emphasizing that the comparison is unfavorable. Compare yourself to you yesterday and get a little bit better each day. I did a whole series on how you could do a self-review process on you and your trading. Again, I'll leave the link right here and in the description. I highly recommend you go and check that out. Secret 6 is pulling the trigger. Now, this one's tough because it's a mix of fear and lack of confidence. You've done the analysis, you see the setup, but when it's time to execute, you hesitate. Maybe you're afraid of being wrong, or maybe you're afraid of losing money. But let me tell you something. Hesitation is worse than a loss. I've already mentioned overtrading. There's such thing as undertrading. trades that you should be in, but you're not. You don't want that to happen to you, and the only way that you get over this is by trusting your process. If your setup fits your criteria, you need to act. You cannot possibly expect to get the results from your backtesting if you're not taking the trades that you took in your backtesting. Hesitation normally comes from a lack of confidence in your strategy. So build that confidence by backtesting and refining your approach. Then, when it's time to trade, execute with conviction. Secret 7 is emotional trading. This is a big one, emotional trading. If you let your emotions dictate your trades, you're in trouble. Whether it's fear, greed, frustration, trading based on emotion, any of those things are a recipe for disaster. And I always say the market doesn't care about your money or your feelings. It's neutral, and your decisions need to be neutral too. So what's the solution to this? Stick to your rules. Your strategy should be based on logic, not feelings. When you remove emotion from the equation, you can make better decisions and avoid unnecessary losses. Secret 8, finding the time. I know a lot of you are balancing full-time jobs, family, other commitments, so finding time to trade or learning to trade can be a real challenge. But here's the thing, you don't need to be glued to the screen all day to be successful. Consistency is the main thing. Find a trading style that fits your schedule. Maybe use swing trading strategies or longer term strategies. Block out specific times to analyze the market each day at the same time every day, and use tools like alerts or limit orders to automate your trade so you don't have to be glued to the charts all day. And that way, you can still trade smart without sacrificing all of your time. Secret 9 is paralysis by analysis. Let's talk about this, because this happens when you overthink every decision to the point where you can't even make a move. You're looking at too many indicators, second guessing your strategy and constantly analyzing the market but never pulling the trigger. The way to beat this is to simplify your approach. Stick to a handful of indicators, focus on price action. The more you clutter your charts with information, the harder it is to make clear decisions. Keep it simple and trust your analysis, and then execute. And finally, the most important one, which is Secret 10. This is by far the biggest problem that I get on a daily basis from traders who write to me, and that is lack of consistency. If you don't have consistency in your process, you'll never have consistency in your results. Consistently profitable trader starts by being consistent. So one week you're struggling sticking to your plan, the next you're chasing trades or breaking your rules. That kind of trading will never give you the long-term success that you're after. The best traders aren't the ones who make the most trades, they're the ones who follow their plan with precision. Consistency in execution leads to consistent profits. So stick to your strategy, follow your risk management rules, and over time, you'll see the results. So there you have it. That's my top 10 trading secrets. These are the things that I've learned through experience, and I promise you, if you take them seriously and you implement them into your own trading, you'll start seeing the difference. Remember, trading isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. So stay patient, stay disciplined, and if you take on board what I've said in this video, this is literally what I would leave to the world if I thought, what would 10 things be that all traders could succeed if they just understood? These would be the 10 things. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would add. And if you do need help with your trading, you'll find links to other resources down in the description where you can join me for workshops and other trainings. Let me know what you would add to these 10 tips by typing into the comments. And until next time, I'll see you then.